So let's talk about building a relationship that's not just surviving, but actually thriving in today's world. We're going to dive into 6 powerful strategies to really strengthen your bond, keep that connection alive, and stop that slow, silent drift that can pull even the best couples apart. Let's get right into it. Okay, first, let me ask you something. What if the biggest threat to your relationship isn't some big dramatic betrayal, but something much quieter? You know, a slow fade, a gradual slide that happens because of things left unsaid and needs that aren't being met. This idea is really the key to everything we're going to talk about. And this completely changes how we think about the whole love triangle thing, right? It's not a sudden explosion. It's something that builds slowly over time. And it almost always comes from 2 things. Somebody's needs aren't getting met, and nobody's talking about it. So, what that tells us is that infidelity is usually just a symptom of a much, much deeper issue. All right, so let's start at the beginning with the root of the problem itself, what the source material calls the silent drift. This is that quiet, sneaky process where things start to break down, often before either of you even realizes what's happening. And wow, this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? It shows the 2 paths you can go down. On the left, you've got the destructive route. You feel your partner pulling away, so what do? You pull away too, kind of to punish them. Or you feel like something's wrong, but you're scared to rock the boat, so you just swallow it. Now look at the other side. Instead of punishing, you ask, hey, how can I fulfill your needs? Instead of bottling it up, you say, let's talk about what's bothering us. One path creates distance, the other, it builds a bridge. And this is the mindset you gotta have. Think about it. If you saw a huge mistake in an important report for work, you wouldn't just ignore it and hope it goes away, right? Of course not. You'd fix it. It's the exact same thing here. When you feel that something is off in your relationship, you just can't ignore it. You have to take action.
Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. You are doing important work.
Okay, so if the problem is this silent drift, then the solution has to be building a rock-solid foundation. And that means getting back to the absolute basics of any great relationship. Real communication, real honesty, and real trust. So how do you actually do that? Well, this slide gives us an amazing 5-step playbook. First up, you have to name the issue. Just say it out loud. Step 2, start the conversation calmly, no blaming, no yelling. Now, step 3 is absolutely crucial. You have to keep trying. And get this, the source says it can take up to 10 tries before you get a real discussion going. 10. So don't give up after the first try. Then you ask questions, not to argue, but to understand. And finally, step 5. Just listen. Really listen. No interrupting, no planning your comeback. Just listen. You know, all of this really boils down to one simple, powerful truth. The best relationships are built on a real friendship. That's it. You've got each other's backs, you can be vulnerable, and you know how to truly listen. And, just as important, you can still laugh together. That spirit of fun and friendship, that's the glue.
A strong foundation is absolutely essential, but you can't just set it and forget it. Relationships need action. So our next solution is all about actively, intentionally rekindling that connection.
Oh man, it is so easy to fall into a rut, isn't it? To stop making an effort. This is a direct challenge to that. Remember how you used to get ready for dates in the beginning? Do that. Ditch the stained sweatpants. Look, it's not about being perfect. It's about showing that you still care enough to try for each other. Little gifts, small surprises, and maybe the most important one, actually scheduling time every week that is just for the 2 of you. That's how you break up the monotony that slowly kills a connection.
And that same effort goes for your physical connection, too. You got to use those same communication skills here. Have those open, honest talks about what you both want. This isn't about pressure, it's about exploring together, having fun. Just asking this one simple question can open up a whole new world of excitement and connection for you both.
But what about your separate lives, your hobbies? This little chart is such a brilliant, practical tool. You basically sort your interests into 3 piles. For stuff you both love, awesome, do it together. For the stuff you feel kind of neutral about, you talk and figure out what support actually looks like. But here's the genius part. For the things you have absolutely no interest in, you each pick just one activity that's super important to you. And you ask your partner to join in, not because they love it, but purely as an act of love for you. And this quote from the source just says it all. She doesn't love skiing, but she learned because it means the world to him. See, this isn't about being forced to do something you hate. It's about making a small sacrifice that sends a huge message. You are more important to me than my own comfort. That one act can build so much connection and goodwill. It's powerful stuff. And that brings us to our final and maybe the most counterintuitive solution, the freedom to love. I know we've been talking all about connection, but now let's talk about why it's so important to give each other space. First, let's be clear about the problem. Anytime you try to control your partner, checking their phone, constantly asking where they are, trying to monopolize their time, all of that comes from one place: fear. It's fear of losing them. But the answer to that fear isn't more control, it's the exact opposite. It's trust. Real security in a relationship doesn't come from locking someone in a cage. It comes from giving them the freedom to choose you, over and over, every single day. So what does that actually look like? It looks like this. It means actually encouraging them to have their own friends, their own life. You know, a guy's night, a girl's night. That's healthy. It means not calling every 5 minutes to check up on them. It means giving them the space to actually miss you. Because paradoxically, the tighter you hold on, the more they might want to get away. When you give them freedom, you become that safe, amazing person they can't wait to rush home to. So after all of that, what's the one big thing you should walk away with? Here it is. This is the whole ballgame. A great relationship, a faithful relationship, it doesn't just happen. It's not luck. It's not something you find. It is something you build. It's the direct result of conscious choices and ongoing active effort from both of you, day in and day out. And so I'll just leave you with this final question to think about. Look at your own relationship. Are you an active architect, consciously laying the bricks, checking the foundation, and making it stronger every day? Or have you maybe fallen into the trap of just passively living inside the house, hoping the walls don't crumble on their own? The power to decide is yours.
Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. If you want to overcome betrayal, break toxic cycles, take control of your relationship choices, read How to Deal with a Love Triangle. The link is below the video.